Welcome to BCMA Basics, session number 2, the online training to learn the BCMA business basics. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In this session, we are going to learn the email settings and configuration. Specifically, we are going to first talk about privacy and security. And then in another session, we will talk about inbox customization tips. So privacy and security is something very important. So inshallah, let's begin. So privacy and security is something we should pay extra attention to and pay serious attention. The reason being, we are living in a time and an age where cybersecurity is the major concern because most of our tasks are online. So in order to protect our account from malicious attacks or breach, we need to take some precautions. And for that, I would like to show you some recommendations from Google. So let's begin with the account setup. So here is a quick demo. Let's go ahead and look at our email account. So this is the email account we set up earlier. And it looks pretty blank right now because we haven't done any settings. So first thing first, let's take a look at the recommendations from Google. So this is the page, and I will add this link in the video below so that you can take a look at it on your own time. There are a lot of information here. We are not going to do all of them, but we will talk about these steps. For example, the Google online security is a serious matter. So in order to protect your Google account, we recommend, meaning the Google people, they're saying that we need to follow these steps regularly. So what are these steps? Step number 1 is do a security checkup. And inshallah, I'll show you how. Then we need to add or update account recovery options. Now, this is in a case somebody hacks or take over your account. If you have these recovery options set up, at least you can restore your account. Turn on the two-step verification. So what is two-step verification? Meaning when you're trying to log on, a message, a code will be sent to you on your other device or wherever you have asked them to, so that if somebody else other than you is trying to log on, you will get alerted and you can take the appropriate action. Then you should also remove risky access to your data, meaning make sure that your password is strong and you take precautions and safeguard your password. You also turn on the screen locks, right? So you can read more on this. So screen locks help protect your device from being used without your permission. What that means is, let's say most of our computers are at home. So when we are working on the computer, when we walk away, we can lock the computer screen by pressing Control-Alt-Delete on a Windows computer. If you're on your phone and if you walk away from your phone, maybe make sure that you lock it before you go, so that in order to unlock it, either they need your face print or your face ID or your thumbprint or your password. So these little things can save you from a lot of grief later on. So that's one. Then from time to time you will see that I'm using Google Chrome, and in Google Chrome they're asking you to update your browser. So Google Chrome is the browser, and normally it will show up on the top here an update button if there is an update available. So all you need to do is click on that. If you don't see that, from time to time you can go into your settings or more tools. I think it's under settings. Normally it's right here, but where did it go? Okay, let's see, settings. Yeah, I don't see it right now, but inshallah I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so normally the update is right here somewhere, where you just say update, and then you can update your browser. Because since I'm up to date, that's why this option is not available for me. Okay, so going back to then update your operating system mean if you have a Windows-based operating system, so there are constant updates from Microsoft. So you need to do Windows update quite often because there are always new security patches or solutions or bug fixes. Also, you also need to update your apps. For example, if you're using Outlook for email, or if you're using Gmail on your phone, these apps also get periodic updates. So you need to keep doing those updates. Use unique, strong passwords. It's very important. In nowadays, and just having a password enough alone is not enough. And since we take it so lightly, we don't make a strong password. We make something which is guessable, or we are in the habit of giving the same password to a lot of our accounts. Now, this is not a good practice. So make sure that you do put a good password. Similarly, you can do remove apps and browser extensions you don't need. There are a lot of other programs on the computer which could be extracting your personal data or doing unnecessary business, so you can remove them. You can also protect against suspicious messages and content. That is one area which needs a session by itself. But in a nutshell, sometime you will get an email which is probably from somebody you know, and the email has some sort of urgent message or some catchy message where you get inclined to click on it, and then or you download something. So when you do that, you're basically asking for trouble, because under the hood it could be a hacker or a malicious user who's trying to trick you into doing something. So inshallah, in a nutshell, this is what I wanted to show you. This all of these topics needs a session by itself, but today we are going to focus on how to do a security checkup. So for that, you go into your account, and if you click here, you will see this manage your Google account. Yeah. So when you click on this, you will see this screen, and if you give it a minute and read through it, this provides you a lot of information where you can do a bunch of things. For example, it tells you about your personal information. So if you are trying to change your name or display name, then this is another area where you go, and you will go ahead and do this. So if you want to change your picture, you will click here, and then you will upload the picture. You would change your name if you want to add your birthday, which I don't recommend, but it is up to you. Similarly, gender is an optional. You can have your contact information. And here is what we can do. We can add a recovery phone. So what do? You simply go here. So you say, add, it says no phone numbers yet. So basically you say add now. And then you enter your, first of all, it will ask you for the password. So you give the password so that they make sure that it's you who's trying to add the phone number. Then you say add, and then you enter your phone number here. Yeah. So once you add a phone number here, it is going to send you a code. Let's say if I do this, if I put my phone number in there, then if I say next, then it says to make sure it's yours, get the code. So now on my phone, I'm going to receive the code. And once I put that code in here and verify, now it has added my phone to my account. Okay. And similarly, I can go do other things, and you can probably see how your different profiles appear in the Google services. Also, you can choose what other people see. So if you have time, go into each one of these and try to look at these things, right? So if I go to home, it was telling me before, it was saying your account need attention. But what I did, I already set up my phone. That's why it's saying your account is protected now. So if you see the details, here is telling me that my phone is now signed up with them. Also is telling me my recent security activity. Okay, in sign in recovery, I have my phone number in there. But if I put another recovery email, so all I do is say add, and I say IT. Let me just, I have to put the password first. And then I'm going to add IT at the BCMA.com. Next. And the verification code will go to my email. So once I get that, 883935. So here we go. And now we can see that my account has a phone number and a recovery email. Yeah. It is also saying there is a Gmail setting, one sensitive setting. Let's take a look at it. So it says sender's name on outgoing email. Emails run from your account show this email as the sender. If you remove it, your account name will be shown instead director. So we already know that we did that on purpose. So we will continue to the Google account. The other important thing you want to do is you want to look at your privacy and personalization. So make your data and manage your data and privacy. So when you click on that, what you can do, first thing, you can take a privacy checkup, tour. So over here, as you know, that all latest services, browsers, and companies, namely like Facebook, Twitter, Google, they try to record your activity. Like they want to know where you were. And what it does for them, it helps them grow their business because they can create a profile for you, and so that they can show you the content or the things you are interested in. So that's why you can go ahead and change those settings, and important that you do that, because anytime you watch a video or you visit a website or you buy something or whatever you do online, they record that activity. So you can see that the web and app activity is paused, meaning they're not going to record it. Now, does that mean you're 100% secure? I doubt it, but at least this is a good thing to do. So inshallah, I would recommend and strongly stress that we go and turn off these settings in our account. So right now it's off. If you want to turn it on, then you have to say turn on. And you can also say include, if you turn it on, then you can also include the Chrome history and other things. You can also do some auto delete. And it's up to you how much you want to look into this. So for the sake of this demo, I'm going to keep things simple, but you go ahead and go through these screens on your own time and see what is applicable to you. But you know how simple it is. You're just clicking, reading the information, and taking the right step. Okay, so here I'm going to say you can add more security to my activity by turning on extra verification. That will be two-factor authentication. So if I say manage, so this will be requires extra verification. If I say save, then it first of all is going to ask me for my password. Okay, so here to see your full history, verify that is you. Web activity, no activity. Let's see what's going on here. Search for activity. Okay, verify. Okay, TST 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. Okay, so we have no activity because this is a brand new account. So we go back to our account from here. Activity, we are done here. Let's go to the next step. So review your YouTube history. Now, YouTube history mean any video you watch that's going to be recorded. So you can go ahead and you can turn it off, and you can pause it right here. And then you can also look at see your private location history, you see your Chrome history and other histories. So, when you are nowadays, because of the GPS technology, wherever you are, the Chrome or other browser can know your exact location. So you can also turn those off if you want to be more secure. Okay, so see all activity control. Let's see what else can we do. That location history is off. You can turn it on. Manage history. You can look, and again, it's going to ask me for my password. Okay, come on. Okay, so this is your timeline. These are other screens, which I'm not going to go into, but on your own time, please go ahead and take a look at it. These are some of the things you should be looking at. So you have completed your privacy checkup. So, and you said, send me occasional reminder about these settings. So if you check it, they will send you information once they see that there is something missing. Then you go back to manage my Google account. So we are done with the privacy checkup, and we did the privacy and the account is protected. So let's take a look again over here, manage your data. We did that. Web activity is paused, location history is paused, YouTube history is paused. Personal results in search. You can decide whether Google search shows you personal results based on info in your Google account. That means that, let's say you were looking for a anti-virus software online. So Google will store that information about you, and then it'll start to show you personalized ads about antivirus. But since we have stopped all kind of activity, the chances are you're not going to see those ads. However, they still go ahead behind your back and collect some information. So you can also turn this off, that you don't want to see the ads based on your profile. So it's up to you. You can go ahead and do that. In the security section, we have done your account is protected. We know that. Signing in, now the two-step verification I was telling you earlier is off. So what we can do, we can go ahead and get started on that. So add an extra layer of security, enter your password and a unique verification code that's sent to your phone. Keep the bad guys out. Even if somebody else gets your password, it won't be enough to sign into your account. Meaning, let's say your password is leaked and somebody is trying to log in. So because of this extra layer of security, whichever device or whichever method you have chosen to alert you, you will get an alert that somebody is trying to log in as you. If it's you, then confirm. If it's not you, then you say no, and then the person will not be able to log on. So I strongly recommend that, since you are BCMA officials and even in your personal life, I think you should have that extra layer of security nowadays, considering the fact there is so much cybercrime happening. So you say get started, and then you pick the country. We are in Canada, so let's pick Canada from here. And then I put my phone number in there. And what do you want? How do you want to get the code? You want a text message or you want a phone call? There is more options down here, a security key, a Google prompt. I usually want to get a text message. So I say next, and then the code is sent to my phone. I'm going to enter that. Then I go next, and then I say turn on. Okay. So what that means now, anytime I try to log on into this account, I will be prompted on my phone that I'm trying to log in. If it's me, I'll say yes. If it's somebody else, I could say no, and they will be blocked. So let's see, that is what we wanted to talk about. And alhamdulillah, we are doing good job here. Let's go back and let's look at our account one more time. So manage your Google account. So we have looked at these things. So I would strongly recommend that you go ahead and do this. Let's see what happens here. There is a sign here, so you have security recommendation. So when you click on it, it says add backup second step. So another phone number as an alternate step, so that you have more ways to sign in. So right now I've used my only phone, but if I wanted to add another phone number as a backup, then I could go ahead and do that. It's a recommendation from them because I chose that they remind me or recommend things to me. So inshallah, you get the idea. Also, in a later session, we will go into data and privacy, and I'll show you how you can back up your Gmail data when you leave the organization, or you want to keep a backup of your data somewhere else, so that when you need it, you can always go ahead and use it. So here you can see there's a download your data, and inshallah, with this session, we're going to stop here. And later on in a different session, we are going to talk about this. So what we have learned in this session is that how to make your BCMA Google account more secure, and how to do a security checkup, and how we didn't talk about how to update your software, but you got the idea that how the software update work, or some of the steps you need to take. And there is a lot more information. I will put the link below. Please take a look at it when you have time. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.